going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Sunday, where we're going to be reviewing Outer Range.
You were going to say Outer Bounds, weren't you?
I was going to say Outer Plot Hole.
Okay, there you go. Big one.
Outer Range Season 1 on Amazon Prime. We're going to be reviewing it. This is a spoiler-filled review. Spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, you may want to check out right now, because we're going to be getting onto all the nitty-gritty, the weirdness. This was a weird show. I have some thoughts. I did a spoiler-free review on my channel a few months ago. We talked about how we should talk about it because it is a very strange show. So I figured, why not? Let's do it. Let's talk about all the aspects. Let's have a discussion about it, because it's been kind of like a mixed feelings in our group chat about it. So I'm very happy to be joined by none other than Jane Theory. How are you, Jane?
Hello, I'm doing well, Happy to be here. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm so glad you're here. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, where I post movie and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory.
Yay! And there's Script Doctor in the chat. What's going on, Script? Hey, Script Doctor, if you've seen like any of it and you want to join us, you can come on by. You don't have to watch the whole thing unless you care about spoilers, in which case, don't do it.
Why are you in the chat then? Get on the screen. Get on here.
You should be here.
Yeah.
I miss your Canadian personality. I was going to say I miss your Canadian ass, and then I realized...
He's Canadian.
So
I missed your Canadian behind. Oh, no, that was like Irish, maybe. I can't do voices.
You should have just added an A in the end of it. That would have...
A? Is here beer?
Get on the stream, eh?
Eh?
Okay. Scott.
Yes, that's me.
What's going on, eh?
What's going on, eh? I'm over here at Sporking News Podcast, eh? I'm on the Twitter and in the Instagram, eh? So give me a sub and a something, eh?
Oh my, and a something.
And a something.
And a something.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey.
bounce, wow, wow.
Hey, phrasing.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Scott, also, this is for you.
I'm gonna have to saw your arms off.
They'll grow back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Woo. He lied about it. That damn doctor lied about it.
Inside joke, people. Inside joke. And holy baloney.
Wow.
Guacamole. Glabloli. Blah, blah, blah. Wee. Hello. Low watermark for $50 says miss you Canadian bear. Ooh, but he spelled bear
Bear.
as bear.
Bearhan.
Oh wow. Wait, did
That
I
was
just
done.
hear Jane
Yeah.
Theory purr?
Yeah. Clip it, fellas.
Did that just happen? Please, everyone, anyone in this chat, please clip that.
There's
My
people.
God. Holy baloney. Thank you, low watermark. That's incredibly generous to start the show off with a bang, or should I say bear? So thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very, very much. I'm gonna just leave that up for a minute because
That's the real thing there.
because it's funny. Oh, Script Doctor says want to be there, but lots of work. Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
That's a good thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's a great thing. You do your work, Script Doctor. You do it. You do it well. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to Script Doctor about this other show that I've been watching. It's a Canadian show called Kim's Convenience, and I have a lot of thoughts about this show.
How is it?
It's really good. Like, it starts out really well, and it's cute and funny, and then all of a sudden, at like season 3,
Yeah.
it goes insanely woke and just
yeah.
and I was like, ooh, what's happening to the show? So that's kind of like the sucky part of it.
Yeah.
It's the one with Simu Liu.
Oh no, God.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not talking about Kim's Convenience. We're talking about plot hole. Outer Range. So
I liked it.
I know you did. Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me your thoughts and feelings about this show.
I like movies that involve things like time travel. in interesting ways, portals and things like that. And that's what this is about. So it immediately piqued my interest. I like the main character, whose name just slipped my mind, but the main guy.
Oh God, what is?
Oh my
You
goodness.
know,
What is his name?
All
Josh.
forgot about
No,
his
Josh
name.
Brolin. I know that, but what's his
Brolin?
name in the show? Royal Abbott.
Royal Abbott. That's
I
right.
love him.
What a great
I
name.
love his
was a great
character.
name.
I love his commitment to his family.
I like that too.
I love that he's fighting. Initially, you just think that he's fighting for his land, right? For his home and his property and trying to keep his family together. Before the mysterious aspects come along. And so I also loved how the story sort of gave you that little by little. But yeah, I thought it was a very interesting, unique story in a world where everything else is a reboot. So,
You know what? That's something, Jane, because that is something to be said about that show, is that it's very original. I like that aspect. I mean, it's got, let me correct that. It's not that it's very original, because it's taking a lot from different parts of science fiction. So it doesn't necessarily mean that's original, but it's trying to do something different and new, like at the same time as, you know, what you just said, like everything is just being rebooted. Yeah, in the genre. So I agree about that. I have my own thoughts, but I'm going to keep it till the end. So Scott, please let us know what you thought.
It was one of those shows that I did like, but I didn't. I don't know how to explain that. Like there was parts that I was like, I think I was working up to something. I'm like, oh, this is going somewhere. And then for a few episodes, I was like, where are we going? Nowhere. Like it's so slow at some parts, and that's okay. It is okay in a series. I don't mind them doing. It almost felt like there was a little too much filler, you know. And the girl, that's the one person that the one that turns out to be future
Autumn.
girl. Yeah, she drove me nuts.
really?
I don't know, something about her, and the singing brother. You know, like oh my God,
I couldn't stand the singing.
I wanted to headbutt him.
What was wrong with that guy?
I mean, his octave was way too high.
He came across to me as it's like if you have kids and the parents are really hard on one of them and try to force that one to be the mature one, and the little one gets baby too much.
Yes,
that's what it came across as.
Like in any other like cowboyish show, that is the brother the dad doesn't like the most.
Right.
Yet that is the one the dad liked the most, and he's like standing above him singing like I don't know, Wings on a Prayer. I don't even know the songs. You know what I'm saying?
I always figured there was a reason for it. It just hasn't been.
But we didn't get that.
We haven't gotten that yet.
And
but
will
I thought it was really interesting that the other brother was being kind of like, I mean, obviously that's not the word, grooming is not the correct one, but he was being kind of like
groomed.
He was being groomed by the mom. Like it was like he was being like not in a sexual way.
No.
In a way to grow up and, you know, like her more than the dad, and like, and just because the dad and her were separated, so it's like that idea of the separating the siblings, and you know, having him be in her corner and kind of like grooming him in that sense. And I thought that they did that really good. There was a couple of things in the show that was really well done. For one thing, I will say this: the acting on everybody's part was superb. Like,
oh yeah,
it absolutely just blew my mind to see all of these actors together making this show, and all of them clicking, and all of them having so much chemistry, and it was really, really well done in that sense. My biggest problem with it, and I think this is just a personal thing for me at this point in my life, is that I'm really sick of mystery box shows, and that's just like a me thing. I don't know if necessarily it's a bad thing to make a mystery box show, but it's just like, I want to know that there's going to be somewhere that I'm heading when I sit down to watch something, especially something that takes a lot of time. I want to know that at some point in time, there's going to be a reason that I did this to myself, you know? And right now, as it stands, there's gonna be no season 2. As far as we know, there's no season 2. So basically, this is like a standalone now.
It's a waste then.
And it just feels like a waste.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, like there's so many questions, there's so many mystery boxes, there's so many just this and that and the other, and it's like, are we going to get any answers? And that's how I kind of felt watching the show till the end. But at the same time, there was certain things that I really, really, really liked and enjoyed about it while I was watching it.
Right.
Having said that, I could tell the main mystery of the plot immediately. Like the thing that they were basically kind of leading up to from the very beginning, I could tell because
I
that was
didn't know. I had no idea.
you didn't have any idea. I mean, it was so very much
No clue.
About him or about
planted.
about
the girl.
Autumn? Oh yeah,
About Autumn.
definitely. Right away.
Really?
Not right away, but pretty damn quick. Just the weird way she spoke to him and stuff. It's like, okay, she knows him really
No.
well.
I thought she might have been from the future,
Yeah.
but I had no idea it was a little girl.
Oh no, I
Until they showed the scar, and I was like, oh my god.
There's a certain aspect to these kind of things that I guess because I've watched so much
Mm-hmm.
sci-fi in my life, I'm kind of familiar with how they do things. But if you pay attention to it, one of the key things that they did is that every time they had her on the screen, it would be immediately to the little girl. Like the next scene would be
Right.
the little girl.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest clues that they give whenever they do sci-fi shows like this
Mhm.
is that they say, like, you know, like keep track of whatever character is whatever character.
Yep.
And then they say, okay, like this is this person. This is this person. Usually they work like that through like other shows that talk about like somebody aging through time. So like
Yeah.
if you're like I watched this other show on Netflix. Actually, that was a really good show. I forget what it's called. It was about this Me Too thing, and it was a Swedish show, I believe. And it was about this island that these kids were these people are vacationing on or whatever. And like 30 years ago, they were all friends, and then they're having a reunion. And so it would keep showing whoever it is, and then it would go back to their child.
Oh, I kind of remember that.
Kind of like that, like this the back and forth. And that's what this show did a lot of. Like, so it would keep showing her, and then it would show the little kid, and then it would show her, and then it would show the little kid. And that's how I kind of like clued in from the very beginning that oh they're doing this time thing, and this girl's definitely gonna be her granddaughter. And of course the tattoo, like or whatever, that wasn't a tattoo, it was like
Their symbol, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Abbott symbol was like on her. So I was like, what the fuck was
It's just, it's the
Abbott
weirdness.
symbol?
Okay, so even this is why I don't like it at the moment. And I don't like her, and I need to know more. It's because if we don't get a season 2, why does she hate him so much? What is it about him that she didn't trust him enough to even like open up after he knew what that hole was? Because I have to say, it took me a little while to realize he came through the hole, because he makes it seem like he doesn't know what it is either.
Yeah.
And
When
it
they
did take
revealed
me a
that,
while.
I was shocked too.
Yeah, I was
shocking.
Yeah.
That was cool, and that was shocking. And I kind of knew, like, I had a fear, like, kind of like a feeling that it was going to be that way.
Right.
But I didn't think it was going to be like him from like another time, like way long ago.
Right.
And I didn't think that he wasn't going to be an Abbott, because that's the thing that's interesting about it, is that he's not an Abbott. Like, they adopted him, and that part was interesting, because I thought he was going to actually be an Abbott from that, like, back in time. But he wasn't. He was like just some rando dude.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. Those parts of stuff, that kind of stuff was really interesting about it.
Somebody said her teeth are distracting.
It's just her mouth, I think. It's just her way she makes some facial expressions. I wanted to headbutt her.
I just didn't know why she's so angry.
That I need to know.
Well, I think, and this
crazy.
is my theory, obviously. It's kind of like the way that we were just talking about the other guy being groomed by the mom to kind of like take her side or whatever. She's being groomed by her mom.
Right.
Her mom
takes her at the end, right?
takes her at the end.
good
And she was the biggest mystery. And there was like a whole period of time where I was kind of questioning, like, because I knew she was going to be the daughter, but there was a part of me that was like, is she the wife? Like the missing wife? Like, I was like, kind of like, is she the missing wife? Like how maybe the time changed, something fucked up. Like, I don't know what's going on with this whole, like, there's no explanation about what the hell that thing is. So, like, we don't know the ins and outs or the mystery of how it functions. So, like, I didn't really know. Like, I thought maybe it could be the wife, and then later on it like turned out it wasn't. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe, but then you see her, taking her from that game, and she's like, yeah, like, come over here. And then, so you kind of realize that the reason that this is all happening is because of that mom.
Right, but think about it, because the little girl, okay, you come back from all right, so you're from the future, you come back, and you're watching this all play out, and your dad went to prison or whatever happens with the dad, right? And you see that it really was an accident and all these things were happening, but yet you still talk him into turning himself in. Like, how evil is that?
It seems like she runs whatever this company is in the future.
She's got loot.
Whatever this is. So I wonder if maybe there's a rule that she can't change anything.
Who
are you talking about? The daughter? Like the granddaughter?
She's got money. Yeah. The daughter.
See, again, like the money, I think, comes from the mom. I think the mom is like funding everything and doing everything because she was like, I have money, but she kept talking to the mom throughout the whole show.
Yeah, right. Somebody.
Like, she's like the handler or whatever. So I was like, I don't understand what the mom did. Like, we don't know anything about her or like.
Now I'm thinking that she was from the future originally.
The mom.
That's my theory, yeah.
Maybe.
The mom was never from this time.
Right, because you think about it too, is like the girl never shows any signs of having any mental health issues, the young girl, but yet she is like pilled up, like she needs her pills or she's going to be nutty.
I thought the pills had to do with her survival in this world.
Oh.
But maybe not.
I thought it was like maybe, I don't know. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either. I thought she was just a
nutbag. Yeah. That's a different way of looking at it.
What did you guys think about the police officer character?
I did not like her initially, but I warmed up to her over time. I kind of didn't like that they made her like this stereotype thing, and they sort of leaned into the hate and all that. Because this is a small town she's been a part of forever, it sounds like. And I just don't think she would get this much animosity.
Right.
I mean, there would be competition because I understand she's running for office or re-election or something. But the attacks on her sexuality and all that, like, I just don't think it would be that blatant in such a small town that she's lived in forever.
She's already been working and
she's
running.
She's been the sheriff. I'm imagining she's helped solve crimes.
Right.
Right. She's getting kittens out of trees and stuff. So I don't know why they would hate her.
And that's the interesting part about it is that I read an article because after watching the show, I was like, okay, let's see what people are thinking about the show. Because I was like very annoyed. So like one of the things I read about though was about her and her sexuality. Apparently, according to some people, that wasn't even part of the show in the original script run. Like, so she wasn't supposed to be a lesbian in the first run. And a lot of people actually had a problem with it, saying that it kind of took away from her, like, her importance of her being a cop rather than that struggle of being a lesbian in a small town.
I agree.
And I agree with that too, because I think it felt off. Like, it just felt like it didn't work.
Feel like it fit. Yeah, that would explain why it was just sort of weird and didn't make any sense even in the context of the story, especially because the most powerful families there do respect her.
Yes.
So it was just bizarre. And then the other thing too is the character is Native American. Like I would have felt that and her position would have been more important stories to sort of follow in the West or whatever.
Yeah.
Than her having a wife.
Yeah, that bothered me.
It was just weird.
It was weird, and I didn't like that part either. Everything else about the character I really liked. I just didn't like that whole weird, like, and I didn't even care that she was a lesbian. Like, it was just more like the struggle that was the problem. Yeah. And I was like, well,
it was contrived. It felt contrived to me. The hate toward her family just felt contrived when she literally would have been the one person helping everybody in town.
Right.
This entire time.
And she's been there for so long, and like all of a sudden now it's like, well, you're coming to our church. We just want to make sure you feel awkward before we elect you again. You know,
we're
like
supposed to believe it's her first time there.
Right.
like, or whatever. Like, it just didn't make any sense.
And that was the part, like, that this is, and when you say Jane, when you say it's contrived, it
Mhm.
literally is. That's why, like, if it wasn't part of the first script, and they literally contrived it, they were like, let's make it a little woke for the
Yeah.
woke.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's make her a lesbian and then make
Right.
her have a struggle. And like, that's like the only woke thing in this show. And I feel like it took away from the importance of the mystery. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
can we please focus on what this hole is? Like,
Right, right.
I like, who cares about the struggle of lesbianism? Like,
Right.
in a show like this, it's just not, it's not the time.
And I mean, her, like, it got good when she was like following that trail, and all of a sudden she sees like a native tribe and following all these buffalo. Like, that was great. Like,
that stuff was so cool.
That
I
was
like,
the
oh, I
most
wonder what's
epic
gonna
scene.
happen.
oh my God, it was.
Because she woke up in the past. I mean, she ended up in the past, which I love that. Like, I would want that as a
Oh, hell yeah.
genealogist.
Yep.
Do you
Let me
guys
do.
think
I want to
she
get
went into
back,
the
but I would
past?
love to go back.
Either she went into it or she was right on the rift of it. Like, she could see the past. I mean, there was teepees
she's
and
there.
yeah.
I think, I mean, I couldn't tell what the hell was going on half the time, and that like that specific episode, I was like, wait, did she go into the past, or is this
Right.
another dimension, or is
Well, it's
it
weird because, like,
both?
do you need the hole? I guess you don't need the hole because
Remember, something was happening where the universes were intersecting or something. Like, it was
Yeah.
falling apart structurally because you had the
and
mountain
things were
appear and disappear,
disappearing.
remember?
oh yeah, the mountain. I forgot
The
about that.
mountain.
Yep.
So it's like they were colliding, or someone had done something that created a rift.
Yep.
And the other thing I loved about that scene was it was actually contrasted against the modern powwow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
See the difference between the two. It had nothing really to do with the story, but I love that element.
No, that was cool.
That was really cool. I'm trying to find the scene where she's like skiing the natives, because that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if she was like, it was there. That was the past, but I didn't know if she was actually going to become part of the past or she was almost like spirit walking through it. Like, she was there, but kind of like tripping through it. Not tripping, but like
her
a part of it, but not a
also?
part of it. Like, she's a part of it, but not a part of it.
Yeah,
What I
because
was-
we also saw the buffaloes come out into like our dimensions.
Yeah,
through
that's
the
true.
other hole.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I don't understand. So is she there, and then the buffalo are finding their way through that weird rift, or like what is the deal? Like
Right, like they're coming in and
Yeah.
out maybe.
I
But
think
what
there are
That's what she
multiple
said.
portals now.
and what was up with the damn arrows? That buffalo was really smart, like, or was like a sign.
That was the thing, right? Like, because I feel like that main buffalo, the one that just kept walking around
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, it was as if that buffalo was going through, and like we think that it was going in and out of the hole, but it was. But I think I'm theorizing was really happening was what happened to the native lady, because she
Right.
was just walking through
Yes.
the forest, and then all of a sudden she's like totally somewhere else, and that shows that there's something else going on other than the hole. Like the
Right.
hole is not just the gateway to the past or the future. That
It was dope. It was dope when all the other buffalo came flying out of that hole, though.
Right.
That scene was really
I
cool.
didn't like that scene.
Oh, I thought that was weird. I loved it.
it.
I did.
thought
That was one
so
I did.
weird. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
They just
Like,
came pouring out, man. That was nuts.
because it
That's
didn't
crazy.
make sense, because the guy was like digging for oil,
Yeah, that was weird.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here's the hole, and
Well,
the
so that's
hole
what
is
he thought it was, though. He didn't know
Yeah.
anything different, and then suddenly it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
these
and then
things
the
were
hole
breaking
was-
through.
And then the hole was like, well, I mean, I guess it was like a very small hole. What the hell? Dude, talking about the show is like just so much innuendos. I can't even. We're talking about holes here.
Deep hole. Yeah.
It wasn't a very, like, this was a very small hole. So it was
Yes.
like, how is this all of these fucking, like, a herd of buffalo are coming through this, like, little tiny rift? Because,
Right.
I mean, you would think that, yes, I can see them coming out of the, like, the big hole, but the small hole, it's like, really? Like,
I felt
all
like it
of
was
these?
caving in or caving out. Or,
Yeah, it was weird. It kind of broke out, didn't it? I can't remember now.
I feel like it broke.
Yeah, Royal did know what it was the whole time.
Yeah.
Because he came out of the hole.
Mhm. Well, I don't think he knew necessarily what it was.
He just knew that he
came
came out of
through
it and it was a different time, right?
and then it
something different.
disappeared and came back because
Mhm.
that's what happened to him. And that's the other thing that we found out later on is that the hole just ends up disappearing at some point and it
Right.
appears somewhere else. And that's why he was always like trying to look for it. Like,
And that's why the other guy was so scared of shit. Like he was scared of him.
Ooh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, wouldn't you be though? I
No,
mean, I
hell
would
yeah.
be. I'd be like, that motherfucker's an alien. I don't
Yeah.
know what you are, but
E. Clay Thomason says, interesting that the paradox is like the mountain only happen when Royal is near autumn.
Right.
ooh, that's interesting. Wait, wasn't the like the thing disappearing? See, now I gotta find that scene.
But if that's the case, then Autumn would know that. Wait,
I thought
Not
that scene
Autumn.
happened when he was near the detective, not Autumn. When,
No, she saw it when she was driving. Or
Oh yeah,
no.
the detective saw it when she was driving. That's right. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, "Oh my god, she just saw it," and I was like freaking out. Okay. Oh, there's the scene, dude. See, this is the thing that was really annoying about it because this lady, like, she starts walking in the forest, like on the second to last episode, and I'm like, yeah, this is when the show's getting good, and then it's like it's over. And I was like,
That's what bothered me too. It was like they spent too much time on I'm gay and running for sheriff instead of her trying to solve what was happening.
yeah, there she is, walking into the forest, seeing the Abbott, thing on the stones and everything like that. This was the cool part of the show.
Yep.
And all of a sudden it's like,
And this is the other guy's property, right? But it has their symbol.
Was it?
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
remember
yeah,
because she
because
came
went
from the
into
other
it.
guy's. Yeah.
She went into the other guy's thing.
well, this could, yeah,
Right.
she could be entering onto Abbott property.
Yeah, she could be. You're right. She could be.
She might be crossing over. Okay, let me ask you another question.
Mhm.
What the hell was up with? Because I just saw that scene and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about all this. What in the hell was up with that scene when the mom kept like seeing that bear and like kept like what the hell was up with that whole bear scene? Can someone explain this to me? I was like, what?
Was the mom like a closet like killer of some sort? Like, did she kill the cub and then the bear? Like, I'm very
Yes.
confused by that myself too.
I was so confused. I was like, okay, what is the symbology here? Because she kills the cub.
It's like
And
she's the
then-
mama bear, right?
Right. But then she kills the cub.
Mm-hmm.
And then like literally like a day later, the mom bear shows up and then she dealt with it in the weirdest way because it was
Yeah.
like, just shoot it. Like,
Right.
what are you doing? Like, I don't.
Yeah, the
I-
mom was a little freaky.
The mom
Yeah.
was weird, and this whole bear thing I didn't get. Jane, do you have any theories, theory about this bear scene?
I don't. It just seemed. I know it's symbolic of something, but I have no idea what. And I think that she was overreacting to everything. Like, I don't know why she was falling apart like this.
Yeah.
It was just not overacting, but the character was overacting.
Yeah, I see what
That
you
makes
mean.
sense.
Like, she was kind of like, well, I mean, if you really think about it, though, was she? I mean, her family was falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then, wait, actually, yes, she was. Because I remember, like, that one scene where she, like, flipped the table.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew that was coming. Like, I
Yep.
literally knew she was
Yeah.
going to fucking do that. And I was
And I'm
like,
like, you're gonna have to clean it up. Why are you doing that?
and that's one of the things that I was, like, kind of, like, disliking about the show was that, like, I literally could see some of the stuff happen, like, in my mind's eye happen,
Right.
and then it would happen. And I'm like, that's just so predictable. Like, that, I don't like it when it's that predictable. Because then I'm like, am I really that good at writing shows? Or is it like they're just bad at making it so that I can't know what the hell's going on? I don't know. I don't know.
I
what
think we
that
watch a
is.
lot of shows, and it takes a special type of writer and director to really like shock us nowadays.
That's a good point. Like, for example, with the terminal list, Jane, like at the end, I was like, no, he didn't just kill him. You know, just like, no, like I didn't see that one coming. So I thought that was a good thing. But see, that's based on a book. I don't know if this is based on anything. I don't think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Victor says weird how she took one but left one.
What, the bear?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Was that the bear or what is he talking about?
Let's see.
Oh, and
Oh,
a
no,
grizzly.
no. Yeah, the arrows, like out of the
Right.
out of the buffalo. Because I remember thinking that too, Victor. I was like, why'd you leave the arrow? Like, why don't you just take both out? Like, there was
Right. She took one and then he took one. Right.
Yeah, there were certain things about the show that I was like,
Yeah.
why? Like, why?
I don't think they're spirit animals. Like people are saying it's mythology and spirit animals. I don't think it's that. I think they're regular animals, but the writers are trying
Right.
to make them more symbolic than they actually.
And what? But what? What is the arrows? The two arrows and the buffalo mean? That's what I don't understand. The destruction of natural resources. I'm trying to. I'm very confused.
In a way, I can see exactly. I can see what Awesome One's saying because it's Indian folklore and spirit animals and stuff like that, and I can see that because that's true. Like especially like the buffalo and the bear, and these are part of Indian folklore and like the totems and everything like that. So, and this is very like Indian heavy in that sense. So I can see it being like that, but it's like the way that they're like spreading these breadcrumbs for us. It also can be not that at all. Like it could be.
I was ready for aliens.
I kind of was too, Scott. At that point,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
I just
don't
think
know.
something ripped a hole in time, and they're just dealing with it. The people in the future are trying to deal with it, and they're messing things up in the present.
Right, because remember he goes only 2 years ahead, right? Was it only 2 years?
Something like
and,
that.
And she owned the company. The farm wasn't theirs anymore. There was people all around waiting for him to appear, like they knew he was coming at that moment. Like
And
so
you know what the weird thing is that I thought that part was going to be the ending. Like I thought that the show was leading up to that moment being like the ending, and we're like, oh, this is why, like this is what happened, and then like us seeing it maybe from like their perspective. But then the big mystery that they were trying to do was the whole time that was the granddaughter, and that was a letdown for me because I was like, well, I mean, I kind of saw that coming from the beginning, so I don't see how this is the big mystery that she was the granddaughter. Like I would have liked it that it would be like that would be revealed earlier, and then they would have like done more to show us like what had happened, with the other stuff. I don't know.
I kind of want to know what happened in that relationship that. Yes, she might have been groomed by the mom to dislike that family, not trust that family. Everything's that family's fault. But she wasn't a little child when she lived with them. Like, for the most part, she had a great life with them. So
maybe
it's
she's
weird.
Not from them. Maybe she's from an alternate.
I was wondering that too.
Because she could very well not be the one that we saw in the future.
Well, and also now we know that she's not really an Abbott because he's not really an Abbott. So like technically,
well, the mom is though, right? She's technically an Abbott.
No.
Wasn't it her family that adopted him?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I'm very confused then.
It was like some random family. It was like some random family that lived on that farm. He like walked.
No, that was her family, wasn't it? I swear it was her family.
I don't think
her family owned it for generations.
Really? See, again,
did I miss that, or did I screw that up? No, I gotta look.
I don't remember that at all.
Let's see.
Because I think that he just walked in on their farm, and then they accepted him, and then he ended up like living his life, and then he fell in love with some woman and married her, and then moved her onto the farm, and then kept like living his life. But that turns out like that means that they're not even really Abbotts. Bonzo says grandma is Abbott. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's an Abbott. He married the grandmother. The wife was an Abbott. The one he married is an actual Abbott.
Oh.
So they grew up together and
they grew up together. Yep.
Oh, so they grew up together and then he married her. How did I miss that? I don't. Okay.
That's another level of weird.
Well, can't keep it in your pants. Keep it in the family.
The grandma was a little girl when the Royals showed up.
Right. And he was young too.
Okay.
It is,
all right. It was the family farm.
Yep.
Okay, so then she is an Abbott then.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's an
half
Abbott.
Okay.
Yeah, half Abbott.
Woo.
She's like a quarter Abbott.
What'd you feel about the one brother and the whole rodeo stuff?
The Abbott boys.
Yeah.
I love them both. Now, this is what I didn't understand. I don't understand how the dirt from the hole is giving them special powers.
Wait, what?
What the hell did I miss?
So
Who had special powers?
The boy who did the rodeo stuff.
Yeah,
Like, what kept him on for so long?
was the dirt?
Yeah. Remember, he was
What?
he swallowed it and spit it out,
Yeah,
ingested it basically before he went out there.
Oh shit! Now you're making things like click in for me because
I thought that was just
they
dirt to
were
make him stop
talking about
bleeding.
How the
No,
family
it was from
really good
that dirt.
doing that thing, like the rodeo shit. Like the dad was supposed to be like
Yeah,
the bad
Royal was
guy,
great. Yeah,
but he came out of that hole, so maybe like the hole was giving them some sort of strength. I don't know, extra strength or something. I don't know.
It has some sort of special.
yeah. See,
power
I don't
to
think it was the
it.
dirt. I think it was just dirt from the ground. I don't think you're.
No, that wasn't just dirt from the ground.
No, he like broke a rib and punctured a lung maybe, and he ate dirt to spit out blood. I
Yeah, that
swear.
was weird. I didn't think about that at all, Jane. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
What, did he take it out of his pocket?
I'm trying.
I swear he bent down and picked up the dirt, didn't he? I'm so confused now. Now I gotta look.
Now I
Someone
gotta
in the
look.
chat
Too.
help. I'm looking too because it's most definitely he ingested this stuff to
Well,
make
oh my
himself
God.
more powerful for some reason.
I didn't get that whole rodeo thing. I thought the rodeo thing went on for way too long.
That's
'cause I was
what
like,
I'm saying too.
Like, what the fuck? Like, who
There were
cares
certain
about
things.
this stupid rodeo? Like,
Yeah. And the other kid singing Whitney Houston and stuff. Like, I had enough. Okay, I don't need him singing. I don't need rodeos that much.
Wait, I did see the fucking dirt, but the dirt is just from the ground, Jane.
Yes. Yeah. He did that because that's like a way of cleaning out your mouth with the blood and
Yeah. That's just a way of cleaning out the blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's not eating the whole dirt. He's eating the ground dirt from the rodeo.
yeah.
There he is shoving it down his throat.
It's like an old rodeo trick to spit
that's
the
just
blood out.
Yeah, that's just an old rodeo trick. But you're making me think about the fact that the Abbotts are really good at the rodeo. Maybe like something is physically making them stronger in that sense.
I mean, the particles of that, the black mist stuff did freaky things, gave people visions, like made their hands look like they were either going to deteriorate or age. Like it was weird.
Oh, it's like
Yeah, Awesome One says it, the cliche, grit your teeth.
Yeah, grit your teeth. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, so, yeah. Rascally Rabbit, I saw you say that you haven't seen this show, so maybe you shouldn't be here. Yes, this is a spoiler-full review, so like if you don't want to know what's going on, you might want to come back. We'll watch it and then come back.
Yeah.
But like just so you know, there's no season 2, so
that we see, man. I'm gonna be
will not be-
pissed.
I'm going to be so mad, and this is why I don't like mystery box shows because I'm
Yep.
always like, where's my?
If they don't finish the
answers?
story, you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, the rodeo thing made no sense to me. I thought at times it was really, really slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like what? And like I said, like the bear scene with the mom, like I was like, what's going on? What did you guys think of the relationship of the rodeo dude with the other girl? Did you guys think that?
Oh, the
was-
girl who came back.
Yeah, her.
So she comes back to work there, right? And then she decided, like, it was weird because she moved back and she's working at the bank and hanging out and having a good time. But yet, like, all of a sudden he has to give up everything to move away with her. And I understand he grew and he wanted to change and it was his way out. But I just found that, like, she moved back. What was the whole point that you had to move away? Like, I could understand if she came back for a while and then she was leaving, but she, like, worked there and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. Like I liked the relationship though. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Because it was like a character development with all that stuff.
Good acting.
I just realized something though about the rodeo as we were talking, and why the Abbotts were really good at rodeo, especially the dad.
Mhm.
The reason for it is because Abbott is from like when the
Right,
fuck
16 something or 18
1600s or
something,
some
yeah.
shit.
18
Back
yeah.
then, like, you know, doing like cowboy stuff and like being like part of like the rodeo and stuff like that was like a really like an everyday thing. Like
Right.
it wasn't a thing of the past. So when he like traveled, you know, forward in time, everyone thinks like, oh, he's so good at this thing that was so mundane back then.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think
right.
that's why the Abbotts were really good at it. And like he taught his son how to do those things as well. And everyone's like, oh my God, you guys are so great. But I think it's because he was just like, you know.
Riding
The-
horses was something he did from when
He was a real
little.
cowboy.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a real cowboy. He
Yeah.
was like literally like, you know, doing that kind of stuff. So I think that's what. Bonzo says she's smoking hot. Not as hot as Nia, but close. Wow. Okay.
That was nice.
Thank you.
This is the girlfriend?
Yeah, that's the girlfriend.
I didn't like how she was sort of with him and then against him. Like she is making
She sold him out pretty
but
much.
then sold him out. Exactly. But it's like it's after she decided to cover for him.
Right. She ain't a ride or die. Let's just put it that
Pick a
way.
lane, lady. You're
Yeah.
either in or you're out.
Yep.
Didn't she pick a lane in the end though? Because, well, he picked her.
He
was
picked
like-
her, you're right.
He was
But-
like, I don't care about my family. Let's go live together.
Well, I mean, the brother blew that up. This kid was ready to ruin his own life for his brother, and then his brother's like, I told on myself.
Yeah.
You're just like, you idiot. Oh, I wanted to punch him.
Oh my God, that brother, the other brother was so stupid.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, like, we need you to, like, keep the land and, like, all this stuff. Like, you got to show up. And then, like, he's like, I'm going to go throw myself in the hole.
Yeah, it's like, think about
I
it.
was like, what?
Like, literally, by throwing that body in the hole, you screwed with, like, the forensics, and you got away with it.
You did.
And he
According
ratted
to
himself out.
To the coroner's report, you are clear. You have
Clear.
an alibi.
Yep.
Yeah. But, and then.
I'd be
and then
killing
he
everybody and throwing him in that hole.
And then he threw himself in the hole and screwed his family over.
Right.
I was like, why are you throwing yourself in the fucking hole? Because he found out that like his wife was like there or whatever. And I'm like, so you're going to leave your daughter like to go and throw yourself in the hole so you can maybe possibly find your wife that's like in the future somewhere? Maybe. Like you
Yeah.
don't know.
Stupid.
But you're going to leave your little girl? He didn't even say goodbye. I was
Right.
like,
That's
what
the
a
part that
dick.
pissed me off. He's a wuss.
Like Jon Snow and the dog.
Yeah, that
I
fucking dog. Pet the
know.
goddamn dog.
It was totally like the dog thing with Jon Snow. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yep.
Um,
Stupid.
and then
that's
also, okay, let's talk about this for a second because I just came across this scene and I was like, I got mad at this scene. It was the scene where the brother is trying to kill the dad,
Mhm.
and I was like,
So stupid.
this is dumb. Like, why
That
are
was
you
dumb.
trying to kill the dad? Like, if
Right.
you're
I don't
gonna
like that
kill
family.
anyone,
What are the Tillersons? I don't like them at all.
They annoyed the shit out of me.
they all annoyed me.
Mhm.
And it was weird too because at first I really liked the hot brother. Like I was like, not the singing one, the other one. And I was like,
Ew.
I kind of like this guy. He's
Right.
kind of hot. This dude right here. Hold on, I got
It's
a
so
good
gross
picture.
to me.
And I was like, and then all of a sudden he turned out to be a psycho. And I was
It's
like,
like-
okay, never mind.
Right. I didn't get. Okay, I get it. The ranch is worth a lot of money, but like your brother's. I'm sorry, excuse my language, a retard. And like you could easily make all the money in the world off of it. He's a singing freaking loser. Like you really think he could run a goddamn company? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And then this is the part that bugged me, Scott, because I was like, okay, if you're gonna kill anyone, like
Right.
if you're gonna kill anyone,
yeah,
wouldn't it be the brother? Because it was like, because the dad is like, you know, I'm gonna give everything to the brother.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So if he killed the brother, then you would get everything.
Right.
So why
Or-
the fuck
would
are you
be-
killing the dad?
You would be the number one suspect, though.
Yeah, if you kill your brother knowing he's getting everything. But even if you're going to kill the dad because, okay, he might die soon, so smothering, wouldn't you be like, is anybody home? Okay, just checking. You know? Fucking idiot.
Like, we're just making sure.
Was brother you singing in the bathroom? No? Okay.
It's like, oh, there's like for once there's silence in the house. So I'm
Right.
gonna assume that my brother's not here because for like some fucking weird reason,
And then all of a
he
sudden
ever
comes,
does is sing.
walk. I can see it clearly in the air tonight. Oh, stop killing dead. You know. It's like, just shut up. I hate you. God, I hated him.
That whole scene was so fucking stupid. I was like, what is happening? And then like they have this conversation about owls, and I was
Yeah.
like,
The
what?
fuck are you guys talking about?
I went hunting with Dad, and we were hunting them owls, and then
Yeah.
I started naming them names like Paul and Gary and like all this stuff, and this one's you. And I
Yeah,
was
this is
like,
my favorite one.
I'm like, what is this conversation? I'm like, can we please go back to the hole? Like,
Yeah. It's
what
like,
is happening?
before I climax and sing a song, I look at you as an owl, and I say, thank you, brother owl, and then I climax. Like, what are you doing? That's what I'm saying. It was, they like tried so hard to make him weird. It was just like, this is not working for me.
It was
Went
a
too
little
far.
too weird. They went too far, and then, oh yeah, you guys are right. Okay, Jane, I think maybe you're mistaken that part because I just saw the scene. Because he was like feeding his dad the dirt.
Yeah, he gave him some. I thought the other one had some too, but yeah.
Oh, right, for the visions, because the dude was like snorting dirt, right? Or eating
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he was eating that dirt so he can see shit. And he was tripping balls by that end. Whoa!
Wow, look at all that.
Holy baloney, what is going on with the chat? Hang on. I gotta
That
go
like
back to
just
chat
blew
here.
up.
George!
George!
Handing out memberships like it's hotcakes.
He's been doing that a lot, man. He handed out like 30 to me last night. I was like, what are you doing? And then I felt bad because I missed that he was like, hey, I don't have the link. And I was like, but you're in the chat that has the link. I'm so sorry I missed this. I felt so bad. I love you, George.
Oh my God, George. Thank you, George Mola, with the memberships.
Where is he?
That's
Isn't he coming?
amazing. I don't know. Well, he's got the link. He could hop on anytime. George, you know you have the link, right?
Yeah, I'm checking. I'm sure he has it. George?
I just saw a message from Script Doctor, which is a great message.
Yes.
But yeah, so thank you, George. Thank you, George. That wasn't. He says he's coming. Okay, great.
All right, good.
Woo. All right, excellent. Do not come. No, I'm just joking.
Unless you're staring at an owl.
That was my joke of fuck. I don't have that clip though. It's like Kamala Harris joke.
She's a moron. Oh God.
God, I have nothing. Also, I'll just play this just to be funny.
Hey, this is Angry Grandma with another fucking weather report. It's hotter than hell out here. I got sweat rolling down the crack of my eyes. The sun's beating down on my titties. I don't know, it's so fucking hot.
That was me today. I was like, this is fucking
It is so hot.
I'm done today.
My air conditioning, my central air went down the other day, and I'm waiting for a part to come in. I want to kill myself. It's
That
so hot.
sucks, dude.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back to an older comment here because I started. Natrim, thank you so much. Says Outer Range reminds me of Lost.
Yes.
They're really only giving us a lot of mystery boxes at this stage. Hopefully they don't turn out all empty. And this, like, essentially is what happened to me. Because I was like, this show's literally like Lost. Like, I don't know if it's going anywhere. I like the mystery boxes. I think they're cool and I want to know more. But am I going to know more? And at this case, I don't know if I ever will. Because I don't know if the show has not been renewed. So I have very little faith that we're going to figure out anything that's happened or will happen. Wait, what's going on with censorship? What? Who's
You're
censoring
still
who?
there, Awesome One. I think he was saying he was getting censored. He thought he was.
Yeah, Awesome One, you're still here. We see you.
Yeah.
I
He
see
was talking about something about being censored across all his platforms. I don't know.
You must have been posting some porn in some chats, Awesome One.
Yeah.
God, why don't you hold back a little bit on the porn? I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah, don't hold back. Oh man, this show. Well, let's do a whole show on Outer Range. We don't know what the fuck it is. Okay,
I'm
so lost.
I like that they did the mystery boxes, but I think they did go overboard. They should have given us some answers to some of the questions they posed, but I think it was because they were hoping that it would be such a mystery that they would have to guarantee a second season.
But
Yeah,
what
and then
mysteries were
meanwhile,
really
Amazon
left?
is like, here you go, Lord of the Rings.
I know, what the fuck.
And
I'd
why
rather
is the
watch
daughter-
this.
Why is she still so mad at them?
Right.
What is this whole about? Why are these paradoxes happening?
Right.
What effect is it going to have in the future? Are
Do
people
only Native
disappearing or
Americans see
possibly?
Native Americans? That's what I was wondering. Like, do only Native American people see the Indians? Like, is it something that has to be related to you in some, like,
I
because
don't
no one
think
else.
so, because she crossed over.
Yeah, like she's in another realm.
She's done. She's gone into the past now. Or
I think it's I feel
different
like
dimension.
Because I
It
feel
has
like
to be.
it's time travel and the worlds are colliding.
Later, Curtis. Good to see
Bye.
you, and I'm glad you're doing well.
The new and the
Lonzo says,
old.
I met Josh Brolin. If I see him around again, I'll ask him about season 2. Well, Josh Brolin actually made
Yeah.
a poem on Instagram about season 2, and I thought that was funny. So here's his Instagram account. He posted this thing with the picture of the hole and the film crew, and it read. The hole we weathered through thick and thin, and the hole in the hole we floated through din and more din. It was the hole that brought us together from all walks of life, and it was the hole that hit the nerve of all that country strife. Now, the days of the hole have just begun. The Abbott spiral into existential fun. But the next cluster's mess in a hole it might be, so watch season 1 and help pull out season 2 with me. At Amazon Studios. He's literally tagged Amazon Studios and Prime Video.
Yep.
Watch out, and says watch Outer Range in caps.
It's kind of cool that he really likes it this much, though. Like he's invested.
But I think you
Yeah.
should be doing interviews with fans. Go on some YouTube channel, dude.
Yeah. Come on the
come
dump.
over here,
Yeah,
Josh.
or Nina's. Yeah.
Yeah.
More people will see Nina's, so go on Nina's. Come on.
Let's talk about it. I would love to have Josh Brolin on here and talk about some of these mystery boxes. I mean, I'm sure he'll just be like, I can't tell you anything.
Right.
But it would still be cool to talk to him
It'll
about
get
it.
some buzz.
Yeah, have him explain some things. But either way, like I like seeing that he's passionate about it, but this doesn't give me hope about Amazon
No.
redoing season 2, especially because this was in May, and we're now almost in August, and
Yeah,
we
is
still
there
haven't heard
anything?
anything.
Yeah.
Keith J for 5 says the frustrating thing is that there is a good story here. I agree. We just didn't get it. For me, Dark on Netflix remains the standard for this kind of
Yeah.
story. Absolutely, Keith.
Absolutely.
I agree. And I
No
remember
doubt.
I remember at the time I didn't really like the ending of Dark either. But at least it was original and it was an ending. Like I was like, fine. Like I'm fine with it. Like it's fine. It solved a lot of stuff for me. I still think Dark first season is by far some of the
Dark
best
is
TV I've
awesome.
ever seen.
Impeccable.
Like-
Impeccable.
It was so good.
The
when it
music
comes to
is still in my
time
playlist.
Me too, girl. Me too. I love that freaking playlist.
I was after season 1. I was obsessed with that show. And season was 2 okay, but 3 what? I don't remember. But season 1 was amazing.
Season 1 was like I think some of the best TV
Mhm.
that I've ever seen in the modern era.
Yep,
Like
yep.
it's
But I
like
love
really
I
fucking
love
good.
that you had to keep notes.
Yes, I literally
You
had to
pay
make a chart.
attention.
Fuck.
I had a chart. I was like, okay, I got it.
I busted out my spreadsheet.
I did. I literally made one. I was like, okay. Well, other people had made one online. Thank God, because there's
Yeah.
nerdier people than me
You
online.
needed it. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is great. Now I can keep track. But see, Dark did a lot of that, Jane.
Mhm.
Like going from this is this person to that person. Remember
Yeah.
when they were going from like the past and the thing. So
I
that was
loved
really
it.
that was really good. I really loved that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first met Jane, I think I met you in John Talks' chat, right, Jane?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I told him about that show, and he was like, he came, he watched it, and then we're like, let's review it. And then Jane was like, I've seen it too, and I was like, oh my god, let's talk about it. And then that was like one of the first streams Jane and I did together.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was cool. It was so long ago now. Wow.
I know, right?
So that was a good time. Yeah. I agree though, Keith. That's a very good standard for this kind of story. I really, really hope. But see, Dark, that was the difference with Dark and Netflix at the time, was that they had already made the deal with Netflix
Right.
for the whole full 3 seasons, and they already knew that they wanted to do 3 seasons. They were like, this is a story of 3 seasons. This is like, the beginning, middle, and end. This is what we're gonna do. And Netflix was like, fine, let's do it. And so they
Right.
signed them immediately for the 3 seasons. It wasn't like, let's talk later,
Right.
and then maybe we won't.
It does make you wonder, do they have a script?
I mean, like, is Perry just in limbo now? We'll never know where Perry went.
That's the thing. Like, I was wondering about that, because I'm like, okay, so did he go and find the wife, and then somehow I don't know.
Well, I
like,
think-
why does the wife hate them so much?
I think a couple things could happen though. He could pop back in this universe, just in a different location. I mean, it
Right.
could just be that he gets nowhere.
Like the body,
Or
right?
or he could end up in the past, or he could end up in the future. Or he could end up in a different dimension. Because like I said, I'm not entirely sure that these people are the same people that we think that they are. But I think it would be interesting if we find somebody who pops back to like the dinosaur age. That would be
That would be fucking cool.
Or like Perry jumps back so far that he's actually Royal's dad.
Oh my god, you
Ooh.
guys, this scene. Okay, hold on. I have to bring this up because I was like, what the fuck? Like, this girl and this dude, again, like, and Scott talked about how, like, she really bothered you. Like,
Yeah,
that-
the way they
that fucking
kissed and
girl.
stuff. It's like you lick your face
Oh my
anymore.
god, that's what I was gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? Like, who kisses people like that? Like, she's just like,
Yep.
I'm just
That's
gonna,
what
like,
I'm saying. That's
suck
why I
your
don't.
face. Like, you're
That's
not.
why
And
I
like,
don't think
okay,
she's
when he
the same
gave young,
person.
oh, I'm sorry, but when he gave young Amy the ride home too, I thought something weird was gonna happen there too. Like, it was very creepy setup.
It was
They're
weird.
weird.
Well, I'm trying to. There it is.
Yeah.
He's like, let me eat you. I was like, what?
Yep.
Nobody kisses like this. Like,
No.
is this girl? Like, maybe it's because she's never kissed anyone before. I
Right.
don't know.
Is she a clone?
I
Ooh, maybe they like duplicate themselves when they go through the hole.
Oh,
We don't know
shit.
any of this shit. Like,
Or they could have intentionally sent back a fake her to have a mission to do a thing, which would explain why she has no real feeling toward any of these family members.
I'm telling
Or
you,
anyone
also
then.
something with the mental health. There's something about that. Maybe from going through the thing or something, like something has caused her some quacky stuff going on.
Breaking down.
because they're all kind of nuts. Like the ones
Yep.
that have like had interactions with the hole are like kind of crazy. Like
Ooh.
Abbott nuts. That other
What if
dad
this isn't
nuts.
the real world?
Oh shit.
What do you mean?
That this
Theorize
world.
more, Jane Theory. Keep going.
Yeah.
What if this world that they're in, we think that the world is colliding with these other time periods?
Uh-huh.
What if it's not? What if it's one big experiment and they're being watched,
Or it's
Ooh.
purgatory.
interacted with?
I
The
thought
world
for
we
a
think
bit
is
it's
real,
like
the
purgatory
time
or
that we
something.
think it's the present.
Yeah.
What if it's not even that?
Close.
Well, see, that's interesting that you say that, Jane. And I was thinking something similar, like in terms of like, and Keith brought up a good point with Dark, because when I was watching the show, I was thinking to myself, like, this is missing, right? Is that it's missing that external factor. Like in Dark, we had the power plant. So like, we were like, okay, there's a connection to all the weird shit with the cave and like all that stuff with the power plant. So like, okay, there's that connection and this experiment and whatever else is going on over there. But with this one, we don't. Like, we don't have, there's no power plants.
Right.
There's no, like, I don't know, some sort of fucking weird thing that's going on, like some sort of army experiment, or like, we don't have any clues to something external happening. It's just like, all we know is that this hole just opened up out of nowhere. That's
And
all
at
we
all
know.
different times too. All different times. I mean, you
think-
got Native
right.
Americans before the white man was there. 1886 with Abbott or Royal. Like, there's a lot of weird things. Like, is the mom, Amy's mom, a time traveler, and that's why she went away because Royal like figured it out? Like, there's so many weird things going on. I don't know.
Is it a whole simulation?
Or that, like, I mean, it could be any of these things, and that's the thing that kind of like drives me nuts about these mystery box shows, is that it could be really fucking anything. Like, it could be another dimension.
I think they set it up that we weren't supposed to find that out until the second season.
At least.
At least, because these type of shows too, like, I don't know if you will find out, because they planted so many mystery boxes. I don't know if you're even going to find out, like, in the main, like in the second season, like what it will be. You know what I mean? Like, it just like makes no sense at that point, because it's like there's so many. Because then they'll have to add more in the second season too, and it's like, are you really going to get
Right.
through all of this?
It could be from the daughter's perspective that time.
Ah, see, that would be interesting to see like where she went and how she got there, or the wife's. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the wife's perspective. Like,
Yeah.
where
Right.
the fuck has she been? Like,
Right.
what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the scene where that dude like decides to just like commit suicide. Like, he's just like, okay, I'm gonna like, what's it called? I'm just gonna jump in the hole now.
Yeah, it's gonna solve everything.
What the
Without
And like,
knowing-
why would you talk your dad into it? Like, what happened if that is actually your dad and you're not some weird, version of Amy? Like, it does have that weird, I don't know, Twin Peaks feel to it. I don't even know how to explain it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it felt so weird at the same time, because it was like, okay, he's worried about his daughter. Like, it was kind of honestly, it felt a little out of character, because if he was so like, into his daughter, and the fact that like his daughter has been like missing having a mom, and the fact that there was no, you know what I mean, like that there's
Right.
no mom or anything like that, and he's just like so worried about her. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't fucking care. I'm just going to jump in this hole now. And I
right.
was like, what? And then literally right after he jumped in the hole, it closed. So I was like, wait, what? Like, was he connected to this hole? Like, I don't, why did it shut down after he jumped in? Like, literally, like, after that, it was like, oh, there goes the hole.
Maybe that was her
Done.
mission, to get him to jump.
Well, it seemed like
because
it. Yeah.
she wanted to own the land. That was it. Look at her face. She's like so happy. Look how evil she is. She looks evil. She's like,
Yeah. How's that your dad? You know?
E. Clay, thank you so much for the $5. Says Autumn was reading a book on Heraclius. What is this? Heraclitus before Royal burned it. If you Google him, you'll see where they're going with this show. Okay, let's do that.
Was that Greek mythology?
Greek. Wait, what the hell is this name again?
Her Heraclitus.
Thank you. Okay. Heraclitus of Ephesus was an ancient
Oh, that guy.
Greek. God damn it, Scott.
I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen here. Let's see. Eclay, maybe Eclay will have just like told us the whole fucking story now, because I'd be like, yes, thank God. Now I can kind of tell what's going on. So this dude right here was an ancient Greek philosopher of a native of the city of Ephesus, which was part of the Persian Empire. Ooh. Little is known of his life. Most of the ancient stories about him are later fabrication. It's generally believed that Heraclitus was of the distinguished parentage, but he eschewed his privileged life for a lonely one as a philosopher. Little else is known about his early life and education. He regarded himself as a self-taught and a pioneer of wisdom. His paradoxical philosophy and appreciation for world play and cryptic. Wait, how is this situated? I don't get
I
it.
think he's talking about the paradoxical philosophy, maybe. I
He wrote
mean,
a single book, only fragments of which survived. Blah blah blah.
According to Plato, it says he taught that reality was at once many and one.
oh,
Ooh. Well, I know that's like Plato's cave.
I like how these guys are saying that they either Royal could be like a Zeus or a Kronos. I can see like Kronos because Kronos is like the god that got taken down by Zeus. It's the father, and like he ate his children. Like the whole, I don't know. It's kind of interesting actually.
That's interesting. Well, thank you, E. Clay. That makes me think of some stuff. All right.
Yeah,
all
might
right.
have to.
I mean, it's basically the multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Plato talked about that kind of stuff too. That's really fascinating stuff. I really like it.
Kane is going to show up.
these are the things that I like about shows like this, is that it still makes your mind, like, expand your mind and think about, outside the box.
Yeah.
This
Unlike
scene
Loki.
here-
Fucking show sucked.
God,
What
that
of them
show
is supposed to be that? Like they each represent.
Hold on,
different
child.
gods.
Dude, this whole scene was weird too. I was like, the fuck is going on? Like, he's like, because she was like manipulating him by sticking her tongue down his throat to be like, go and kill this dude. And he's like, okay, like what? Like,
Yeah, but
no.
He went from being like the singing sweet boy to being like he's now like a trained killer. Like he's able
Yeah.
to take down Royal, who seems like he can handle himself. Like,
Right.
And what was the shootout in the middle of the street?
yeah,
That
yeah.
shootout in the middle of the street was so stupid. I was like, what is happening right now?
I was rooting for the buffalo to kill everybody.
Yeah,
Go Buffalo.
Go buffalo.
you really should have.
I mean, you
Oh
should
my
have took the
God.
damn arrows out. The poor buffalo.
I know. I didn't understand why they wouldn't just freaking take the damn arrows out like at the same time. I was waiting the whole time too, because they kept talking about this was the other part, Jane, that you were like when you saw the scar. The entire time I was thinking, when's this girl gonna fucking fall and hit her head so that they can show the damn scar, because that they just kept like showing it over and over and over again. Where is the shootout scene in the street? God, that was so
It
stupid.
was so dumb.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, we're going down Main Street shooting at each other.
Yeah,
Thank God the gay lesbian Indian sheriff is trapped in the Old West. Like it's
and apparently nobody else in town noticed.
Nobody cared
works.
either. It was
Nope.
so stupid. I was like, what? There's no one in the streets. Like all of a sudden I was like,
Look at
there's
this.
nobody around because everyone's at the rodeo.
yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening?
Look at her sticking her tongue out like this is your grandfather. What the hell happened to
That's
you,
what
young
I'm
lady?
saying. I don't think she's real. I don't think she's real, or she's not his granddaughter.
And then she was all about like knowing the future because she's like, was I there when you remember when he comes out of the hole? It's like, you died 2 years ago in my lap. And it was like, was I there? She asked that part, and like that sealed the deal for her. She knew she was part of it. Like, and then she got wacky.
Justice Fat Seagal, hey, how you doing? For a toonie, says, isn't that how Jane Foster got Thor's powers?
Something like that.
Some weird-ish like that. And speaking of amazing people, though, that is like Fat Steven.
Yep.
Here's George.
George!
How you doing, everybody?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Thank God. Like, you know the psychology of things. Tell me what the heck, even whatever part you saw, what you thought of it.
Wait, George is Greek. Maybe he can explain what the hell E. Clay is talking about. There we go.
Eclay. Autumn was reading a book on Heraclitus before Royal burned it. If you can see Heraclitus.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was
Give me-
Persian.
No, I know, but give me a Eclay. Give me just a reminder what he was known for, and I can explain that. I'm just not recalling his name right off the bat.
Paradoxal philosophy.
Yes, paradoxal philosophy. Because
No big whoop, sorry.
about him on Wikipedia before you came here. And we're like, wait, what the hell is this guy
Because
talking about?
I was running. I just need
Here
to
it
see
is. Here's the Wikipedia version.
him. I know he's
for
a
you.
philosopher. I'm just trying.
You just failed at your Greek philosopher.
Yeah. Because I didn't study Heraclitus a lot.
Yeah.
Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Herodotus.
Excuses, George.
Yeah. Yep. I have a poster of Heraclitus on my wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Pandare.
Big fan.
Oh, he's the one. Okay, Pandare. That's what he Pandare. Everything flows. Everything flows. He's talking about the philosophy both of time and of human nature, where regardless of outside construct, everything flows into its natural order, even though you can have, I'll put it to you in the Lord of the Rings way.
Oh, cool.
In this way, like when you had Eru Iluvatar, right? God, when he was creating the universe, you had Melkor, one of the, we'll call them like archangels, the Ainur. And he decided that he wasn't going to sing the song of the Ainur, the Ainilundale. Like he wasn't going to be part of the chorus. He wanted to sing his own shit. Kind of like Lucifer's like, I don't like this. I'm going to do my own thing. Well, no matter what he did, the song kept readjusting because God basically kept telling him, basically, no matter what you do, it's still part of my plan. So it fits in. It's like, so as chaotic as you're going to be, I'll just change the melody a little, let it go. Well, Heraclitus, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, he was talking about how regardless that how many chaotic moments and structures happen, the natural flow of nature will always find its course. Like a river, like if you have a mountain that's blocking you in your body of water, you're going to cut through it eventually because it's going to find its footing. Unless I've lost my mind.
It sounds damn good to me.
It sounds pretty good. Like it sounded pretty much the same thing as we were reading on Wikipedia, but you just explained it much better. Fat Steven Seagal for Judy says George promised to wear a top like Pelosi for us.
You mean George R. Martin?
Oh, I don't want to see that. But thank you for the toonie, Fat Steven. Okay, wait. George, tell us what you thought of Outer Range.
J.J. Abrams. It reminded me of like the mystery box. Like this is each episode. Like when he finally, when he was got into the hole and he came back, I was like, okay, so is this going to be like an alternate dimension story, a time travel story, a gateway story? And I kept waiting for the reveal. That's why I didn't watch the last two episodes. I kept skipping through it. But it just felt to me like it was one giant mystery that had no definitive clue. It felt like the last season of Lost, if that makes any sense. Like I couldn't find a rhythm to it because when I got to the part that you realize that he was the kid who traveled from, what was it, 1863 or
1886.
Then I was like, okay, that actually caught my interest.
I was interested in that too.
Time travel.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that. But I was like, it's not that at all. And then you have the daughter, if I'm correct, the little girl, his granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
Who's the woman who's fucking with him. I couldn't see why she was messing with him. Was she trying to like make the future come true, or was she?
I think she's trying to get to this moment. And this is the part that like I was saying, George, because like you brought it up when he like fell into the hole, because this was like the second episode. So from like the first moment, like I thought that this was going to be like the final thing. Like we're going to get to this place and then maybe see it from their perspective, like the future's perspective, or like the granddaughter's perspective. Because there's another scene here where like literally like right after the scene they show her close up because they want to like kind of like show who was all there, and the wife is there, and one of the brothers was there, and the all these other people are there, and she's there. So I was like, oh, are they making it like, are they going to this place where they're showing us like what is going to happen from their perspective, maybe from the wife's perspective, or because there she is and they're all with a bunch of other people here, and it was like they're in the crowd, and of course the oil is like happening now. And like all this stuff. So like I thought that this was the setup for like the final scene of the season.
Which was what I didn't see that's why I
The
said I didn't
final
see
scene of the season is they basically say that she's the granddaughter, like
Okay.
because what happens is she gets hurt at the rodeo, and then in the rodeo, like she like scrapes her head or whatever because she finds her mom who
Mhm.
shows up out of nowhere. Like we don't know how she came there or whatever. And you know how like she was like talking to someone. How many episodes did you see? Like 2 episodes left?
No, I two except for the last two.
Yeah. So you know how she was like talking to someone over the phone the whole time? It turned out that that was her mom, the one that disappeared. So
Okay.
then the mom was there and she's like, "Come with me." And so she basically kidnaps her own daughter from the fucking rodeo.
Okay.
And then she takes her, and we don't know what she does with the little girl, but then the next thing we know is that she, you know, she's the adult version or whatever. The
See,
last
One of the
Well,
adult versions asked, was she in this future that he saw? So I don't know if they're the same.
because it felt like alternate timelines, Jane, didn't
Yeah.
it? Like once he comes back, I mean, because that girl, if that's his granddaughter there, because I thought this is his granddaughter from like after he came back from the hole. It just, I don't know why. It just, so now that you're telling me that it was his granddaughter. So I was like, is he now in an alternate timeline? Was like the boy who came from 63, you said, Scott?
1886.
1886. I don't know why 63. I'm sorry. 1886. When he came back, I'm like, that's the guy. But when he went back in the hole, I felt like he came back to a different time. Like it wasn't him, though he was shot. It just, he was shot, right?
Yeah, he was shot in the leg or something.
Just making sure because it was a few weeks ago. But my point was, is the girl, the granddaughter, is she trying to fulfill the timeline? Like, is she trying to recreate
she's
it?
definitely the granddaughter, but we don't know what her ultimate purpose is. But her
Right.
ultimate purpose is the mom's purpose. It's not really even her purpose. It's the mom's purpose because she's being groomed by her mom to do whatever the hell it is to do it.
Right.
And what
Oh.
happens is basically she kind of like has a shootout in the middle of the city with Royal.
Oh.
And then after she has the shootout, they're like, you know, driving away and shooting at each other in the truck. And somehow the truck flips, and she like kind of like is lying on the. I'm kind of describing it as I'm watching it right now, and she's kind of like lying on the ground, like all hurt because she's like bleeding, and he's got like his guns pulled out on her, and like all this stuff. And so she kind of like passes out, and then he goes up to like get her, and he realizes that she's got that scar on her forehead, like the same scar that his granddaughter has, the one that he had
Whoa.
just patched up.
Did they explain why she
And-
wanted that necklace back?
No.
No, and he takes her back to the house. Now the
Yeah,
young
and
Amy's
then-
gone.
Right.
Yeah,
Mom
and then
takes young Amy.
that's the
Yeah.
final scene is that he takes her back to the house.
Yep.
He goes to like see his wife, and his wife's freaking out.
Fucking
like,
losing her mind.
she's like basically lost her mind now. And like, well, she's like, my family's ruined and we're all fucking fucked. And
Yeah.
well, like they lost the farm, and I think that's what really like set her off, because that the brother went and jumped in the hole and they lost the farm.
Yep.
And so she's like, fuck my life.
But who
And
told
this-
her to put up their farm as a bond?
Right.
Right.
Oh, I know. And then the one of the final shots, not the last shot, but one of the final shots is this shot, which is the brother, the daughter, and then the mom. And like they're like kind of just like looking at that, and then he like talks to her, and he's like talking to the mom and being like, you know, like our family's gonna be okay. And she's like, no, it's not, it's already broken. And she like tips over the table.
Yeah.
And, like the table crashes down, and then that's it.
So wait a minute. Did the son jump in the hole?
Yeah,
The-
the son
yeah.
jumped in the hole.
The one who wanted to like go lead another life?
No, the other one.
The
The, one
other
that they
one.
lied for.
Bro.
Wow,
The
that
one that
guy.
killed the
Show
dude.
for
Killed
court.
the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that killed the dude, like he jumped in the hole.
Right.
'Cause he-
Yeah.
And
'cause-
about the necklace too, Ecla is right. It had that mineral in it. So maybe
Yeah,
she-
because it did
Oh,
that
that did.
weird. Didn't it like swirl or smoke or something?
Mhm.
yeah,
you
and that's the dirt that he was feeding that other dad too.
Yeah,
like the other
yeah.
guy, the singing guy, was like feeding it to his dad. I was like, what the fuck? But like,
Like,
yeah,
it's like someone said, "Hey, let's dig a hole and make a show around it, and we'll figure it out
We'll
as we
figure
go."
it out as we go. Yeah.
I don't know.
also
It was,
one says, I think Royal threw his son's wife into the hole. I don't think so.
Something
think
with the wife, though. There's something between Royal and the wife because it's like she just disappeared, and then I don't
does
know.
hate
There,
him.
that's a valid point, man.
Maybe that happened in a different version of this universe.
Maybe. Or she's also from a different timeline, and he figured that out and made her leave. I don't know.
the last episode I saw, I think it was when there was that bear. Remember, she had to stand off. His wife had to stand off with
George, please explain.
Yeah.
What was
in
the bear? That's
hell?
what I
Oh,
was
crap,
trying-
we
y'all
hoped you
would
knew.
know. I have no idea what the hell was the bear.
What was up with the bear? I couldn't figure it out. Script doctors, from your conversation, I titled the show. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Script, I swear, it's like they tested that theory out. If you could get 6 monkeys in a room, could they write Shakespeare in enough time? No,
I
think
know.
they.
That's why I was like, dude, I'm gonna call this whole like outer plot hole because it's like it's not outer range. It's like holy shit. The entire show is about a fucking plot hole. The only person that liked the show is poor Jane Theory here, and she's like, I hate all of
No.
it.
Well, I'd like to hear what she liked about it. I really would. Because I like it when someone likes something that I don't like because it gives me a different perspective. Then I could try to maybe enjoy it again. What did you like, Jake?
No, I liked the mystery aspect of it. I liked the main character. I like Royal. I like his
Okay.
relationship with his family and what he was trying to do. I like the story. The certain characters were really weird and unnecessarily so. Like the Tillerson, whatever they're called, family. I didn't like any of them, and I still don't understand where they fit in this. But the actively,
I kind of like the dad.
The dad is always that
Weirdo.
asshole, weirdo kind
was
of. What's
so
his name?
weird.
He's done that ever since he made that film. His first film was with Waterworld. Kevin Costner when he was in the Navy, and
But I kind of liked him because I would be weird too if I saw somebody fucking crawling out of a weird hole and then like ended up like living on like the neighbor next door's farm and then ends up like just like integrating with like all of my society and my neighbors and like whatever, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? You came from some hole. Like,
But that's the thing. This suggests that they haven't had that conversation in like 60 years.
I actually
I think they did, but they hated each other. That I think that's why, because he
That
was
doesn't
like,
make any sense to me though.
"You're a whole alien."
I actually thought when he jumped in that hole and came out on the other side, I thought this was some kind of like hell dimension at first. Like, okay, there's people like, I don't know what's going on. Like, a reverse image
Of what?
Could be.
of his
Oh, like
reality.
of his reality. Oh, okay, all right.
I couldn't
Justice Fat Seagal for Toonie says, "Were they Parmesan cheese farmers?" It's smoked.
It's
Oh,
Hunter
God.
Biden.
That's a Hunter Biden reference.
Yes,
thank
it
you
is.
so much, Fat Steven. My God. I mean, I think the writers of this show were on Parmesan cheese. For
Like,
real.
I never understood why they didn't immediately go to the police in the first episode when they had that fight. And I'm like, just go to the police. They got in a
Yep.
fight. The guy bumped his head,
Yep.
died. Like they made this whole.
Yeah. Oh, darn. You go away for like a year, maybe for
Not even-
involuntary.
it was an accident.
Yeah, I get it.
But
But
he punched him. The guy fell. He didn't kill him.
here we
Hang
go.
on, you guys. Hang
Let's
on.
get Jane.
hang on. This
I don't
is
think
for
going
you.
to the police after you just kill somebody is the best idea.
No, I mean,
No.
talk to a
He
lawyer.
killed him. He punched him, and then the guy fell, and then he hit his head on
Go
the.
to a lawyer, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
hang
I
on.
love
Because
it.
they're
on, though.
richer than God. Like, these people all have tons of money. Just go get a good lawyer. You're good. But no, don't run to the police.
Keep that thought for a
I agree
second,
with you. I
because
agree with
Justice Fat Seagal says, "But we all come from holes," and all I have to say is,
Hey, phrasing!
that's it. That's all.
I
I'm
like
sorry.
that
Keep
one.
going, you guys.
But the thing is, we mentioned earlier, when the body came back and the coroner's report didn't match what actually happened,
They were done.
all good from that
They're
point.
done. You're done.
Free.
It's over.
They got away with it.
It was freaking awesome. All you needed was somebody to open their big mouth. That was all it took.
Yeah, and that guy was like, "I did it."
Yeah.
What
I'm
would-
gonna, Dad, I gotta do the right thing and ruin everybody's lives.
I'd be like, okay,
Free me.
Let's take a walk, son. Look,
I'm
nice
gonna
hole.
leave my daughter here, and I'm gonna jump in this hell. Okay.
Everybody's life will be better now.
Why did they even bond him out? You know he's crazy. He's not making the best decisions.
I wouldn't have bonded him out. I would not have done that. Like, I don't know why they did that.
He's a whack job.
Or you couldn't
Was
make
it
a
for
tourist
was it for
attraction
the brother? I think they did it for the brother for some reason. I don't remember why they did that.
because they didn't want to ruin the brother's life, if I remember correctly. The one who could do
The younger one.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
one that didn't
he had the shot. And I still think they should have made a tourist attraction. Sell tickets, everybody jump in the hole one at a
Yes,
time.
wherever you end up.
You could end up with the dinosaurs. You could end up in ancient Greece. Who knows?
Yep.
I would have. You know what though? Like in all honesty, I would have told the native lady like way faster.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like I would have just been like, listen, lady, like there's fucking some weird shit going on,
Yep.
and you're native, and there's
Yep.
buffaloes around. Like, have you seen this buffalo just fucking walking around with the fucking
Arrows.
arrows
Would
out of
she
his back?
believe it though? She would think you were nuts.
Not
Yeah.
when she sees the buffalo just walking around with fucking arrows
least-
out of its back.
But at
like,
least
what's
at
so hard
some
to
point,
stop
you
buffalo
just got to
now?
go with it. Like, put your arm in there and see what happens.
I think.
But
people would
also,
have
meanwhile, she's
people are
seen mountains
crazy.
disappear, so she's gonna be like, okay, well, maybe, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Be like, look, they're trying to steal our property. The kid came. There was a little scuffle and the kid fell in the hole. No one pushed him. He dove in and now he's dead up on a rock. He must have fell out of the sky and fell on a rock 2 days later. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, we would have to lock you up in the insane asylum at that point.
Yeah. Hey, I will not vote for you with your lesbian wife though. You know, like
That's it.
you know, you just got to go there.
I really wanted to edit a piece of that just to make fun of it first. Yeah, play with it. Is
Yep.
where he comes out of the hole. It's not Brolin, it's Thanos. Thanos.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be funny. You should do it.
Or have him coming out the hole and Thanos sitting there tossing the rock. It's, I've been waiting for you. It's inevitable,
Oh
type
my
thing.
God.
That would have been cool.
I really did like a lot of the actors in this. A lot of it was really, really well done. Wait, what is this scene? What am I like watching here?
Are they doing a second
Hold on.
season?
So no.
Not as we
Well,
know.
I'm on episode 5 right now, and I just realized that he went through some weird shit. Like, so he fell in through the hole, right? But when he's falling through the hole, he saw someone else in the hole. Do you guys remember that?
No. When he comes 2 years later,
Like
Yeah.
Stein?
So like in the hole, he saw this dude.
that was the brother that died. Right? Isn't that the brother they kicked the shit out of and died?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So he's still in the hole with him,
Just floating.
just floating.
Is he alive there though or dead?
No, he dead.
Yeah.
Because this
I
was
think
the
that
scene where
maybe
he's like
that's-
jumping in the hole, and
I think
then
that's
he's
his
like,
own mind projecting that.
Oh, really?
Or it's just you can't. Time is different there.
Or maybe time is different there, and he was still there in the hole.
Yeah. Oh wait a minute. Did the kid smile at him though? It might be a projection.
That could
Yeah.
be.
See, he did give
'cause
like a
he
little
was,
smile.
talking to him and shit. Yeah. And then that's when he like appears in this other place. And then he's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah.
Who I like is the bad guy was Will Patton. I was looking up his name. I always forget that actor's name. Will
The
Patton,
dad?
The dad.
Yeah.
He's a great character actor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's the guy I said I like, the Will Patton guy. I thought I would have been like, man, I don't like you either. You're a fucking whole alien. I don't know who you are.
But
That's
he
the
was
only
just-
one I like.
He was in the last season of Yellowstone. We should review that one.
I
That's an
gotta
awesome show.
watch that, man.
I'm
That
not
is
even at
on
season.
the
Like I did
list.
episode 1.
I haven't
You don't
even
like it?
started episode 1. I gotta watch that at some point. We're doing the Orville though. Like we've been talking about the Orville. So the Orville's gonna happen, and then
Yep.
maybe we'll do Yellowstone after. So like the next one I think we're gonna be doing is the Orville. Because
'Cause
I
you'll-
really want to start watching season 3, and I
Oh,
haven't.
it's so good.
Because
I
you'll
haven't
see,
seen
you'll notice that Will. What did I just say his name? Will Patton. He's similar in Yellowstone, just not crazy in that way. Maniacal. He always plays a similar character with where he turns the volume up on the crazy evil or he turns it down.
Fat Steven wants in if it's the Orville. Okay,
Yep.
well, we're gonna be doing I think 2 different streams. So we're gonna be doing season 1 and 2 on one,
Oh,
and then season 3 on another one, because not everyone here has seen the Orville yet, so we can't like just jump into season 3. So I figured we do 2 different streams. So, but you're more than welcome to join us, Fat Steven.
I just started it this weekend, season 1. I was gonna ask y'all real quick. I know this is the wrong thing.
How are you enjoying it so far?
Everyone kept telling me it's like the original Star Trek, but so far it seems like it's more of a parody.
Well, the beginning of season 1 is, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It picks up, and then season 2 is when they really like kind of go into change.
Oh.
Yeah, they kind of find their legs, and then the end of season 2 was like some of the really good episodes. Yeah, like end of season 2 was, I think, some of the best TV at the time. Like it was really, really.
But there's also still like they have those funny moments where, like in season 3, there's one where they're a luggage scene. Just remember, I said that. I laughed so hard at that part, man.
Okay,
it's like the most recent episode, I think. Oh man, I laughed so hard.
I definitely gotta watch it. I cannot wait. But okay, I think we've discussed everything we need to discuss with our range. So, if there's any final thoughts, Jane, do you have any final thoughts on this?
No, I do hope they get a second season. I really enjoyed it, and I want some answers.
I do too. We need more answers, Amazon. Please pick up this show. We need more answers. I cannot stress that enough. We need more answers. I need an ending. God damn it.
Yeah.
Scott, final thoughts on this?
Jane, I'm with Jane. Like, if I get a season 2 and they give me a couple more answers, or we see where it's going, or what the whole is all about, I may end up liking it. But at the moment, it aggravated me.
Fat Steven Seagal is clearing that up, saying, I just want to hit on George.
That happens.
I understand. Simping for George. Okay, gotcha. By the way, George, thank you so much for the membership, buddy. That was so cool. I was like, all of a sudden, it was like, so many people became a member, and I was like, what's happening on here?
Cool. You deserve
I had to
it.
go into the chat. Speaking of which, let me check the chat, make sure that there is no member messages that I missed, because you know how it is with StreamYards. There's your chat. No, okay, we're good. Okay, George, final thoughts on Outer Range before we go.
This just got me. I like that Jane liked it. I really do. It's the same thing I say in my reviews. If y'all like something that I don't like, I will never rain on anyone's parade for like. I just couldn't click to it. I like Brolin's acting. I usually enjoy his stuff. I didn't really like him in Old Boy. I liked him. I liked Will Patton. I don't like the actress who played Brolin's wife. I don't know why I don't like her. I don't like her in anything. Like, she's just somebody I look at and I'm like, I don't want to see her on screen. Just please get the fuck off. Just her acting style, I just can't take it. You know how there's some people in this world that you just think,
I understand.
I don't know. Maybe you had a former life where she was like my murderer. I don't know. She just
maybe she was your ex-wife in a former life.
Could be, and the murderer.
A murdering ex-wife.
It could happen.
She could be both.
The girl, I liked the. You know, I don't always like children as actors, but I really liked how the granddaughter as a child was
way better than the other one. Yeah.
Whoa! I was like, yeah, she should be playing.
Dude, that's funny you said that, because I thought you were gonna say that you like the adult version of the daughter, because what you said about the mom is what Scott said about that girl. She was like, he's like, I fucking can't stand her. It's just something about her face.
Yep.
So maybe that's your murdering ex-wife.
Could be.
It was just weird. It was just weird. And what was her? The sheriff. She was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I found her interesting.
And a lesbian.
Cool. Oh, I didn't know that. Did I miss that part?
Yeah, they talked about it a bit.
You definitely missed it, because
how did I miss it? Maybe I thought that was her like cousin. Oh shit! I guess I really did.
No,
I told you I tuned out of. There was something. It's like every time Brolin was on screen, I paid attention, and Will Patton, and then when. The little girl, other time I just was like, okay. I don't know why. I just couldn't get into this one, and that doesn't happen to me too often.
No, well, that's an opinion on its own, George. That's in a way that's also like, you know, part of reviewing something. It's like if you check out on something, you know, that in itself, you know, speaks for what the show is like. Because at times I was like you. I was like, where is this going? Please, like, somebody give me an answer. And they didn't. And I was like, Oh no, Justice. Oh my God. Now I'm nervous. What has happened on Twitter?
What is it?
Oh my God. Damn it.
Oh no, what did he do?
Steven. Now we're gonna have to show it. Hold on. Oh, we don't have to, but I'm going to. Here it is. Wait,
Who's
is
the
that
third
Dave
person?
Landau?
I was just about to ask that. Is that Dave? Oh my God, that's great.
You know how much I hate
Why is
pollution.
Dave Landau involved in this? Like, I don't understand what's happening. And then there's me. Do I look
Too funny.
bad? Uninvested?
It's out of range. It's like you're going,
That's fantastic.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, thank you so much for that. Okay, everybody, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here, especially my panelists, because I mean, it's so cool that you guys take the time to watch these TV shows and coming to hang out with me every week. So thank you again. Scott, tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me here on YouTube at Sporky News Podcast, Twitter, and Instagram and others. But thank you very much for having me as usual. I love being on this stream. This was a difficult one to get through, I have to be honest. But I can't wait to talk Orville, so that'll be good.
Yeah, we're going to talk Orville very, very soon. Either, like, we're talking about a chat, and actually maybe you guys can help us out because you are the chat and you are who we're doing this for. So we were talking about this before the show started. If we're going to do the Orville, should we do it season 3 first and then go and do season 1 and 2, or should we do season 1 and 2 first and then season 3? So tell us, maybe if you guys want us to do season 1 and 2 first and then do season 3, put a 1 in the chat. And if you guys want us to just jump into 3 right away and then do season 1 and 2 afterwards, put a 2 in the chat. And then let's see what the people say, because it's about the supply and demand, right? In the meantime, Jane, please tell us where everybody can find you.
You can find me on YouTube, where I post movie and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory.
Yay! Script Doctor says there's 3 episodes of the Orville left of season 3. So if they start in order, you'll finish it as the 3rd season ends.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
You mean if you do 1 a week, season 1, season 2, is that what he said?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what he means. Yep.
Yeah. So we can do the season 1 like next week, then
Yeah.
season 2, and then season
Yeah.
3.
That's good. I
Hey,
can
that's
rewatch
really
it.
good.
Yeah, I could do that.
We can do that, and then that's like 3 weeks, and then I don't have to, go crazy about what are we gonna review this week. So
That's cool.
that's good. Okay, maybe that's what we'll do then. Even though other people have said different things now, and we're like, okay.
7. What's 7? Is that an option?
Bonzo says 7. That wasn't an option. Okay, well, thank you so much, and George, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at Georgia Giant Slayer on YouTube. Same thing on Instagram and Twitter. But by the way, I just saw earlier this morning Nina's RRR review. You got to check that out.
Thank you.
You're
I've gotten really mixed reviews on that one, George. Like, there's people that are like literally saying like, you showed so many scenes, you should be flagged and off YouTube for this. Like,
No.
literally in the comments. I'm like,
I didn't think so at all.
do that. But and then there's people that are like, this is the best review I've ever seen, and I'm like, okay, so like, okay, thanks, but the heck, like,
Yeah, what's the
like,
difference?
there's so many people. It's really weird. RRR is a great film. It
Yes,
is.
it was.
I really like that.
I did
really
too.
liked it. Jane, you still
Bahubali.
need to watch it. Have you watched it yet?
No, I haven't yet.
You got to
Jane,
check out Bahubali.
gotta do it. Oh, really?
I have
Okay.
so many things on my list.
Script Doctor says, as Nina's Ezra Miller coverage is fantastic. Oh, thank you. I fucking hated my life making that.
Nah,
What do you think is going to happen with the bozo? You think they're going to continue that route where he's like, oh, he's seeking help and we feel sorry for him? Because I started seeing that creep into the newspapers.
I don't know. I just know that it's very complicated. It's very, very complicated. Maybe they're gonna protect him, but maybe they'll throw him under the bus. I can see both things happening, to be honest with you. Script Doctor again. This is an earlier comment saying I'm familiar with Kim's Convenience because I brought that up. Tried to write for this show, but even with relatives that are South Korean, I was not qualified for the show. That's insane. We need to talk because that show has just like gone down the freaking hill. But okay, so thank you everybody for being here. You guys are awesome. Again, the chat, thank you, Low Watermark, everybody who super chatted. You guys are fantastic. George for the memberships. Everybody, you guys are fucking awesome. I'll see you guys next. We'll see you guys next week. We'll do something. Probably Orville season 1. Let's do it.
Love you.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Bye-bye.
Here's
great week.
some turtle sex just because. And we'll go out on Naked Tom Hiddleston for Teresa. What should do? Teresa?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Eat dirt.
I'm so sorry.
I'll survive.
I don't doubt it. You're an excellent specimen. I thought you were empty.
I just moved in.
I'm Charlotte Melville.
Hi. Sorry, I must have fallen asleep.